Alright, so boom. I'ma try my hardest not to say anything about this dude attacking people's feet. I really want to flame him for that, but I gotta leave him alone. This video is about listening to the music. So, Tory Lanez in the flesh. The intended and my sleeping episode after XXXTentacion was supposed to be ASAP Rocky, but I was talking to one of my viewers and I told him that, and this dude responded by saying, "You don't already listen to Rocky? Man, you bugging." And that right there made me not want to do the ASAP video anymore, and I chose somebody else. Now I already know people are gonna be commenting on this video saying like, "Come on, like, you gotta do ASAP next." And I think I will. Like, I actually might do him next, but I just don't want y'all like pressing me for it. I don't want to see comments like, yeah, make sure you do that ASAP Rocky video next. Don't do that. Y'all don't see me pressing y'all about listening to False Prophets and checking out their song Hoodie Season.
I got switches in my hoodie, and they all show mad, but don't last long. The world go past, I got switches in my hoodie, and they all show mad, but one don't last long. The world go past.
Now, False Prophet is actually a duo with rapper Jermaine Demore and producer RJ Gloom. So follow Jermaine on his Instagram and Twitter, and check out the producer RJ Gloom on his Instagram and Twitter. And for their joint SoundCloud page, check out False Prophets to listen to more of their music. Now that duo was somebody y'all sleeping on. Now let's get into the first song by the man Tory Lanez. And I actually wanted to start with super old Tory Lanez because back in the beginning of the 2010s decade, dude was a cornball. So I wanted to pick a song from that era. The first song is from his 2012 mixtape Sincerely Tory, and it's called Blame My Ex. Oh, see, I already forgot that Tory was mostly an R&B dude in his early days. As soon as this song started, y'all, I thought this was a sample from a female singer.
Every girl that I've been up with started on some love shit.
The first few lines had me like, okay, this is sounding good so far. Whoever's singing this sound bad as hell. But let me see when Tory gonna come in. Then when the voice never changed, I was like, oh damn, that's already Tory that's singing. I felt like I was listening to Promise by Sierra. Y'all remember that bop by Sierra? Like, that was my jam. But Blame My Ex was actually a good song to start off on because the song is about something that we see happening all the time, and that's being a fuckboy. To any women out there that may be listening to this video, let me tell y'all something. Any guy that's a fuckboy, like he's a player and he just has sex with a lot of girls and doesn't care about their emotions, he's like that because some girl made him that way. That man had his feelings hurt or his heart broken by somebody that he really cared about or probably even loved, and he was hurt by him. When that happens to a dude, his mindset becomes like, man, forget it. I'm not going down that road again. In order to avoid being hurt like that, I'm not putting my feelings into nobody. All of this ties into Tory Lanez. The meaning of this track is him telling the listener, if you're wondering why he treats girls the way he does, like just wanting to smash them and then move on, then blame his ex-girlfriend. The start of the chorus is, if you wonder why I do them wrong, blame my ex. In the first verse, he sings that every relationship he's been in started off cool, but then things started to get rocky and take a turn for the worse in every single one. And he actually blames himself by saying he was the one that was messing it up. Right after that though, he mentions that both he and the girl that he was recently in a relationship in kind of rushed into it, and that could be another reason why it didn't work out. Every girl that I end up with started on some love shit, ended on some rough shit. I know that I fucked it up when I did dumb shit, plus we both were rushing. We don't know what love is. The purpose of this song actually comes full circle in the second verse. He sings about meeting a chick named Cindy and says that Cindy could be good for him and make him stop playing games with women, but he doesn't want her to have that power. So he falls back on his typical I'm just here to smash routine to avoid getting hurt. I know what I want and she know too. We gon' do what we gon' do. Baby girl, you're sexy. Wanna get all over your bed sheets. Then I'm going in the morning. First of all, this man rhymed get with morning. But yeah, man, listening to this track, I rock with it for sure. And I think it was already a good start to the R&B side of him. This could be an anthem for fuckboys everywhere. But I will say, I don't understand why his ex is the one to blame here based on the words he's singing. Cause the chorus is him singing, if you're wondering why I treat women the way I do, then blame my ex-girlfriend cause she made me like this. But then he starts the first verse by saying his relationship don't last long because he's the one doing stupid things. So it sounds like your relationship not working out is your fault. Why are you trying to point the blame at the girls? So lyrically, I think it's confusing, but I like the way it sounds. Alright, let's get into our first recommendation from the viewers. Starting on YouTube, recommended by Sunrise Interlude, is the song Sorry But I Had To.
Look, all I'm catching is niggas on Twitter dissing and talking lies in their lives.
Bruh, this is a 6-minute song. Y'all really told me to listen to a 6-minute track? Luckily for y'all, this was 6 minutes of heat, so I didn't mind it. Now, Sorry But I Had To is pretty much the first song that Tory Lanez dropped addressing the infamous foot blasting situation he was in with Megan Thee Stallion. So if you want to hear a track about things that Tory has to say about what's essentially his namesake now, the nigga that shoot bitches in the feet, then this track is what you need to turn on. The first thing I wanted to say is that this sounds like a Drake song. Everything from the R&B sample production, and even down to this man's flow. I can seriously imagine Aubrey Graham making a song exactly like this. A song about him like responding to an altercation he was in or something like that. Anyway, Tory responded to a lot of people who had something to say about him busting caps at Megan. By the way, I think Tory is guilty in this entire thing. He did it. And even if the facts come out that shows he didn't do it, he did it anyway. He just looks like somebody that would shoot ballistics at women. The easiest way to explain this song is to go in order of the biggest people that he called out and tell y'all who it is and what he said to them. So first we have Asian Doll, or Queen Von, or Queen I was supposed to go on tour of Young Dolph before he passed, whatever you want to call her. But she took Megan's side and was blasting at Tory, saying Megan is a sweet girl, that she never causes any trouble with anybody, so she already expected foul play from Tory. He said to her, "Watching the industry try to hold you, Asian Doll talking, but shorty, I don't know you. I never met you, nor have I heard a song, and nor have I seen Billboard see your name in any certain song from out your catalog." The funny thing with this is like he's making it seem like the fact that Asian isn't some super popular rapper, that makes what she's saying irrelevant or something. He pretty much saying like, I don't know you, I don't know any of your songs, you have no Billboard hits, so you shouldn't be talking. Like, nigga, no, you still guilty. The next person he highlighted was JoJo. So JoJo has a song called Comeback, and she has a remix of Comeback with Tory Lanez. Now the remix with Tory is on the digital bass version of her album Good to Know, but when JoJo was releasing the deluxe edition of her album, she originally was gonna put the remix with Tory on a deluxe edition, but after the stuff with Megan, she ended up putting her solo version without him on it, on the deluxe, even though the remix with Tory was actually the most popular song on the album. So he told JoJo, that was a bozo move. You trying to take me off a song that got you the most views. Got mad love for you, though your label, they confused. They spent 50 on my feature, they 50K in the lose. So in this instance, he still messes with JoJo. He just wanted to let her know, like hell, don't put me on the deluxe then, that's fine. Y'all already sent me my 50K for a feature, so I'm good. Third, we have J.R. Smith of all damn people. After Tory saw J.R. Smith speak on the Megan situation, Tory chose to clown J.R.'s basketball skills and saying that you the last person that should be talking about someone hitting shots, because that's something that you can't do. J.R. Smith is the pot that piss, and you the last cat that should talk about some shots that hit, because your performance and percentage player, rolling riding benches nigga, I'm from the trenches nigga, you the type to buy a chick at 80 inch and still won't get an inch up in her. For the non-basketball heads, this is the time where J.R. Smith was playing way less minutes. His average was like 3 points a game. So Tory was looking at JR like, bro, you definitely need to shut up. There's a few other people he pointed out, like Bun B, Dream Doll, and other times where he was directly talking to Megan, like just stuff like, if you got shot from behind, how can you identify me? Just stuff to make himself look innocent. But the final one that I think was funny that I do want to show y'all is what he said about Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper, too irrelevant. I'll replace his line with my chain looking heaven sent.
So yeah, I mean, I was initially pissed y'all gave me a 6-minute song, but Sorry But I Had To goes crazy. Even if you think Tory is guilty like I do, so you think he's just like full of crap with these lyrics, this production alone can make this an enjoyable song for a lot of you. Let's do another YouTube recommendation then. From Dre City Beats, we have the song Real Addresses.
I can't trust you, okay, can you real address? I can't trust you, okay, can you real address?
Man, the comments on this music video are loaded with people saying that this is Tory's most underrated song. If it is, then I'm definitely not hearing it. Imagine telling somebody, like, hey bro, check out this song by this mainstream artist. I promise you, it's their most underrated song. And you listen to it and you don't mess with it at all. That's how I am with Real Addresses. Now the song is really only about cooking dope in the trap house, how he don't trust bitches, so he never tells them where he really lives. He gives them the address to the trap house when they come over. And that's really it. I don't mind that. I think I just don't care for how this song sounds. Like, the beat is okay. It sounds like a very dramatic instrumental that would play in the background of like a final battle in a movie or something. All those like opera harmonies, like that's what I'm talking about. Now the first verse of the song is cool, and I actually like it more than the second one. I see niggas change from friends until them telling on me. I see niggas go from friends to getting jealous on me. I see niggas call their shooters and their felons on me. I see niggas get religious when their hell is coming. That was hard, but this is really like the only part of the song I heard and went like, ooh. Everything else was generic bars that aren't even worth highlighting to me. Another thing, this man's bars was making no sense when he was name dropping famous people. Like, I don't get the Jerry Stackhouse reference in the hook. He says, I'm in that bitch like Jerry Stackhouse. I might fall in love with my trap house. I don't see at all what Jerry Stackhouse got to do with trapping. Like, maybe I'm missing something. But no, I feel like there was no meaning behind that. Same thing when he brought up Damon Wayans. I might a country bitch that got that diner. I might make a movie with him like I'm Damon Wayans. You feel? No, man, I don't feel you at all. Like, what are you talking about? The last thing I'll say is, he also sounds like Cap G on this hook. That exact sound reminds me of Tatted Like Amigos. I know Tory been in the game longer than Cap G, so don't even respond like that. Like, bro, what you mean? Tory came out first. Like, y'all know what I'm saying. If y'all didn't tell me this was a song by Tory, I would have assumed it was Cap G. But yeah, man, we have our first miss from Mr. Lanez. I didn't care for this song. And reading all these comments of people saying this is his most underrated song is wild to me. Let's go to Instagram now. Recommended by @KingMatt119 is the song Swing featuring PNB Rock and Trey Songz.
Every time you swing my way, I'll be on that thing all day.
I actually remember listening to this song when it dropped. This is around the time I stopped listening to PNB Rock. I was a huge fan of PNB back in 2017. I checked out every project he had. I have a whole playlist of his music. He was my favorite artist on the 2017 SXL freshman list. But starting end of 2018, leading into 2019, I just really didn't care about this nigga anymore. His album Trap Star Turned Pop Star, I wasn't impressed by. And dang near every song that he was dropping, I was like, bro, you losing me right now. For example, his song I Like Girls with Lil Skies. That song was a complete skip. And another one was Swing. I first heard this song and just shrugged and said that was whatever. Now, I haven't listened to this song since it came out, so it's been over 2 years. And now that I'm revisiting it, nah man, I feel the same. This song ain't for me. Now, I don't want to say this as if any song about serenading women is a bad thing, but this entire track is just Tory, Trey, and PNB singing about how good a girl's pussy is, how she likes to look good by having flashy diamonds. She got her nails done, hair done, everything did. I don't want to hear all that. There aren't really any lyrics to point out because, like I said, the entire song is just them singing to women about how good they'll smash you and whatnot. If I can seriously choose like a real reason why I don't care for this song, it's because none of these three dudes' singing performance was all that to me. For Tory, I don't even know if this is auto-tune in this instance or if this is how he usually sounds, but it wasn't to my liking.
Tell my baby you get yours, I get mine.
And the other two sounded like their normal selves, but I just really wasn't enjoying it. I listened to a lot of R&B and know tons of songs where it's just guys thinking about smashing a girl, so I don't want y'all to think I have an issue with the subject matter. Man, I don't want to hear about you fucking somebody, man, get this away from me. Like, no, I'm not the type of person. The honest reason is simply that the instrumental wasn't all that and all of their singing performances wasn't all that. These YouTube and Instagram recommendations are starting to slip, so let me go to Twitter. The first song from Twitter recommended by @burner_CP3 is the song Pieces featuring 50 Cent. Y'all niggas gotta chill on sending me these long ass tracks. This is 5 minutes and 49 seconds. Actually, we just gonna go to the next song instead. The next song recommended on Twitter by @JacobJManMurphy is called Old Friends, New Foes. Alright, I'm just playing. I don't have an issue with the length. Sorry, but I Had To was long as hell and that song was fire. So I had hoped the same could be said for Pieces. And yes, indeed, the same could be said for Pieces. This song was really, really great and I'm actually very impressed by it. So Pieces is actually a storytelling track, and I'm going to try to explain the story as much as I can. I don't know if this is a true story, by the way, but it don't matter. It's still a great song. So the two verses of this song tie in together. The first verse, Tory tells 50 Cent a story about a girl that he used to ride the train with, and he would talk to her about how they can get rich and make it out the slums together, make a better life for the both of them. And every time he would bring up that type of conversation, the girl would ignore him and brush past it. So at first he was like damn, why Shorty ain't giving me no play? But he ended up finding more about her personal life. The girl is from a very messed up household. Like, her father died when she was a kid. Her mother was on drugs so bad to the point where she had to go live with her uncle, like her mom's brother. Unfortunately, that did not help her situation. Her uncle, after she went to go live with him, ended up dating a girl that got him hooked on pills. And her uncle became a whole different person once he got hooked. One night, her uncle was so messed up on those pills that he inappropriately ended up touching the girl, his niece. And also, just to let y'all know, the reason why I keep saying the girl is because she wasn't given a name at all in this song, so I can't call her anything else. But ever since the girl got assaulted by her uncle, she doesn't trust like any guy that she ever meets. And all she ever wants in life is a happy family and people that love and accept her. Unsurprisingly though, the girl ended up getting into the gang life and started being around thugs, and one day she couldn't take it anymore. She got some of her niggas and she ran up in her uncle's house one day and she ended up killing them.
Ran off in her uncle's spot with the stainless steel. Put the burner to his face with this aim to kill.
Now we get to the second verse. Tory now tells 50 the story of a young man he knew who was in the streets because he didn't have a father figure. That young man told Tory that he lost his father sometime before, as his father got shot in the face by his niece. Hint, 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 hint. So the kid has always had vengeance in his heart and said one day, I'm gonna find the person that killed my dad. One thing that the dude told Tory was that he had a girl cousin he used to spend a lot of time with when he was younger. And his girl cousin one day told him, don't ever let a man or a woman touch you. If someone ever touches him, like, make sure you smoke their ass. Hint, 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 hint. One day while the boy was on the street, he had a crackhead woman come to him and said that he was his mother. He didn't believe that it was his mother until she started saying personal stuff about him, like where his birthmark was located, and she pointed out a scar that he got on his eye when he was 4 years old. So after the dude went like, oh wow, like this is my mom, his mother finally told him the truth about how his dad died. She said to him, remember your girl cousin that we used to have you spend a lot of time with when you were younger? AKA the girl that the first verse of the song is about. Well, one day your daddy got really messed up on pills and he attacked her. And your cousin pretty much never got over that, and it basically destroyed her life. So there's no other way I can put this, but if you want to know after all this time who killed your daddy, it was her. Like, it was your cousin. At this point, the young man was fuming so tough because one of the things that his mom also said was that everybody in the streets knew who killed his dad. Everyone knew the truth behind what really happened except for him. So the final thing I'm going to say about this song, because I don't want this explanation to drag on forever, the end of the story is that the guy was so upset that everyone kept his secret from him that after his mom told him that, he killed his mom by shooting her, and then he also shot himself. Wow. That was a lot to unpack. I can't explain how shocked I was when I heard this. I was like, Tory Lanez actually made a good song? Like, I can't believe it. No, I'm playing. But every single one of y'all is watching this video need to go listen to Pieces. If there's any song in this video that I recommend, it's Pieces for sure. Like, I was really blown away by it. Now let's really move on to the next song. As mentioned earlier, recommended on Twitter by @JacobJMurphy, is the song Old Friends, New Foes.
When I walk up in the building, all you hear is
Now this track is really just two smaller tracks put into one. So the song is about 3.5 minutes. The first minute is a softer like singing song called Old Friends, and the last 2.5 minutes is a more upbeat rap song called New Foes. So that's why it's titled this way. And let me tell y'all right now, the first minute of this song, Old Friends, is boring as hell. My gosh, I was so afraid that the entire song would sound like this. Once the beat switch came in and he started rapping, I went, whew, okay, good. Because this first part was a nightmare. The problem with Old Friends is that it's just way too slow and it isn't appealing to the ears. The topic is Tory talking about how when you start to make it and get money, the people you was once cool with start to act different and switch up on you to the point where you don't recognize them. Which is why the first line is, old friends become strangers. And right after that, he says, new friends become dangerous. Which is something that y'all have heard tons of celebrities talk about. How even the new people that come into your life can be untrustworthy because they can easily just be using you for your money. But the way this sounds, it ain't it, man.
Till you have real friends,
This first part of the song, Old Friends, is just way too slow and nothing really happens. But if a show turns up when he switches to New Foes. The whole thing is a braggadocious rap about how when he went back to hustling, he was still able to make money like he always knew how other rappers and R&B niggas have been stealing his style, which I would love to know what artists are out here biting Tory Lanez. I'm not even saying that as a way to say, like, man, ain't nobody biting your style, you just want attention. Like, I genuinely want to know what singers and rappers out there could be considered a great value Tory Lanez. But he also compares himself to Tupac, saying how he's bald like Pac and he flows just like the late great. And another notable thing he did was like just denying the rumors that he and Dreamdoll ever dated. I don't know why he would even deny that. Like, Dreamdoll better. Now, to be honest with you, I was hoping after getting past Old Friends, because I couldn't stand that part, I was hoping I would rock with New Foes heavy, but it was just like, alright, like, this man's flow was crazy. I'm not even gonna say that he wasn't spitting based on his flow.
Said I got a million sides, you got a million ways to get it, well I got a million five.
What's the downside for me? I think I just don't care what he was rapping about. The topic about old friends switching up on you and new friends being fake can work, but this particular song in general, there wasn't a single bar in here that made me go, oh, like, okay, Baldy, like, you doing your thing on this one. I was enjoying his flow, like, he did his thing there, but in terms of what he was rapping about, after hearing this song a few times, I was like, alright, whatever. We need another dub, man. Like, I know y'all can give me something better than that last one. Let's see. Recommended on Instagram by @LewisGKnight. It's the song Yes Sir.
I got new shoes on the ride, baby. I'm a skirt down 95, baby.
Now, this is the first song in this video from the Chixtape 5 project, and one of the biggest complaints I've seen of that project was that damn near the whole tape was Tory using samples from 90s and 2000s R&B instead of having original production. And funny enough, this very song that we're listening to is sampling the song Your Body by the group Pretty Ricky. Now see, a song like this is exactly the same type of song as Swing from earlier, but this one works simply because it sounds better and I like the sample. Your Body from Pretty Ricky was already a smooth song. Hell, if you're black and you got an older sister between the age of 30 and 35, ask her about Pretty Ricky, she'll know how nice these dudes were. Now, like I said, the song is solely just about telling a girl, like, look, like, I'm just trying to get some. I ain't here for no relationship, nothing like that. You look good, so I'm trying to smash. Like, that's it. One of the ways that he tries to coerce this woman he wants into letting him hit is by telling them to stop treating him like he's one of her homies. He instantly says, like, he ain't about to be in the friend zone. Like, nah, I deserve more than that. Off top, this for the bad bitches only. Baby, you gotta come and put that on me. Off top, stop talking like I'm the homie. Baby, you know I'm too poppin' to be the homie. And then after that, it's just a bunch of lines about how good she looks, how much he wants her. This dude can be very forceful sometimes too, like on some Trey Songz Demon Time, saying things like, you finna run me that when I get back home. On top of that, after he assaults them, he says off rip that that this is not turning into a relationship. Cause I ain't cuffing nothing, baby, I just passed the bitch. I ain't cuffing nothing, baby, I'm a savage nigga. I ain't cuffing nothing, girl, I ain't no average nigga. I mean, I guess it ain't too bad because women prefer to be told up front what you want out of them because they don't like when a guy plays games and wastes their time. So if you tell them right out the gate, like, I'm just trying to smash, this ain't turning into a relationship, then at least he's honest about it. And he doubles down on that at the beginning of the second verse. Like, the first thing out his mouth is him saying that he ain't the type to listen to a woman's problems and have them vent to him about their issues and such. Keep talking, I'ma let you. I'm not a nigga that you come and bring your stress to. I'm not a nigga that you come and try to vent to. I fuck you better than that nigga you confessing to. Like, bro, this man is a savage. He like, girl, I'm not here for all that. What part of I'm just trying to get the draws aren't you understanding? Even though this dude is on Demon Time, man, I do like this song. Yes Sir was a highlight for me. And if this type of song is what Chixtape 5 is filled with, like sampling 90s and 2000s R&B like people have been saying, then I definitely might check it out. In the meantime, let's check out the final recommendation from YouTube, which is from Eugenio De Mayo, and it's called To Dream. Dream, baby. Dream, baby. No. So, To Dream is Tory Lanez version of a I Got It Out the Mud song. The purpose of the track is simply him saying that he got to where he is in life because while he was in the trenches with no money and nobody that believed in him, those were the times where he was working the hardest and he chased his dream that he had for so long. But like, come on now, it's all about delivery and how the end product sounds. I love the topic of like, I had to work hard to get to where I am. I had a dream and I chased it. But when you deliver that message in either an unappealing way or you make several songs on that topic and they start to sound the same, it's easy to get sick of. That's exactly why I don't like Polo G. Any Polo G fan can comment what they want, but I've sat down and listened to 50 songs from this man, and he definitely raps about the same topic. And he doesn't switch it up enough to keep me interested in him. And this picture I have on the screen is just what my answer would have been if I made an Am I Sleeping video on Polo G. Like, I'm not sleeping on him. But back to Tory, like, I don't like the way this sounds. Give me just a little bit longer. Give me just a little bit stronger. Like, bro, one of the ways that he flexes how he was still making big moves when he was coming up was that he was able to get a Justin Bieber feature on one of his earlier mixtapes. The song in question is called Wind It from his 2011 mixtape Swavy. And listen, I said 2011, like this was the year after Justin Bieber blew up from his song Baby. So he was 100% a huge star at that time. So I'm not mad at that. Like, yeah, getting a big artist like him on one of your first mixtapes, that's good. I can't even hate on that. For me, like, To Dream, I would definitely like a Coming Up from the Mud song from Tory Lanez, but the way that this sounds, that dream, baby, like that turns me away. If you got another song with this subject and it's not drowned in auto-tune, like please let me know. Let's move on to the final Instagram recommendation, and I've been waiting to check out this one solely due to the title. Recommended by @GG_Gianni, it's the song Tim Duncan.
I got shooter right beside me like I'm Tim Duncan. I got shooters in the cut like I'm Tim Duncan.
This song is disrespectful to the legacy of Timmy D. The big fundamental did not deserve to have his name shot on like this. Get this mid song out of here. The meaning of the song is cool, but it's just an outdated cliche of rappers saying, I got shooters like and then they name a basketball team or city. Like how everybody loves to say, I got shooters around me like it's Golden State. In this case, Tory is flexing his street ties by saying, I got shooters around me like I'm Tim Duncan. Cause y'all know my man Timmy D always had a nice squad to back him up. But nah, man, like forget Tory trying to do this. Like don't disrespect my man Duncan like that. For starters, this song is outrageously repetitive at the beginning. The lyrics he was saying like were actually nice, but I just don't like the repetitiveness and how soft he was rapping. Like this is how he raps this part at the beginning of the first verse. I got shooters in the cut like I'm Tim Duncan. We just trying to go legit, but niggas still thugging. I left the trap and I came back and it was still jumping. Bitch, I deserve a check for balling like I'm Tim Duncan. Like, the lyrics themselves are fine, but he pretty much says these very same lines in the chorus right before the verse starts, and he doesn't change his delivery. If he would have said it like, I got shooters in the cut like I'm Tim Duncan. We just trying to go legit, but niggas still thugging. I left the trap and I came back and it was still jumping. Like, if he would have said it like that, it would have been fire. But this dude, I left the trap and I came back and it was still jumping. Like get this out of here, though. Another thing, like, there's this part in the second verse where he tries to sing the final word of each line, and it is so disgusting.
Popping off a couple jewels, shots us in a couple hoops.
He does this for like 6 lines in a row. Fucking on little mama good. I can tell she from the hood. Like, the disrespect of using Tim Duncan's name is outrageous in this song. It's just a basic song about how he came up and how he got goons. But I'm flaming him more because of the title. I don't like this, bro. Change the title of the song. You know what? Let's just move on to the final track before I get more upset. Man, please, let's come on now. Come on, let's end this video on the dub. The final track recommended from @NBA. Wait a minute. NBA, like, you should have been the one that recommended Tim Duncan. At least would have been more fitting, but whatever. The final track recommended from @NBA_backcourt on Twitter is her/Are You Dumb. This is yet another song that's split into 2 parts, just like Old Friends, New Foes. The similar thing as well is that the beginning, which is her, is much slower and softer. Then the second part, Are You Dumb? Like, he isn't rapping, but he delivers his lines like faster, and the beat is like upbeat again, but it's not a rap verse. Now, this entire song is his reaction to being dumped by a chick. The first part of this song, Her, the dude, he is so salty that he's being left. Like, he just letting the B word fly left and right. Like, the very first line of the verse is, what you mean that you ain't fucking me no more, little bitches, you dumb. Slacking on my pimpin' made you leave me for a new one. Now, just off that third line, we can already tell that this girl is just like one of his hoes. This isn't wifey or anything. But this first part is actually really short. Like, he just complaining about her leaving him, and he sings about how she has no emotion and her only motive is money. If you got bread, she'll make you feel like the most important dude in the world when she really don't care about you at all.
Slick with that finesse, I bet she'll make you feel important. But ain't nothing important to her.
Now fast forward to the second part, Are You Dumb? This man turned into Bobby Brown immediately. Just like how he started the first part, her like talking reckless to a girl, he sounded even more salty at the beginning of this one, asking the girl like what drugs was she on that made her decide to leave him. Is it crack, cocaine, or meth you smoke? What type of drugs you on? Cause bitch, you ain't never left before. Hearing this makes me go like, dude, like, she left you, like relax. You that butthurt over losing one of your hoes? I'm sure you got other girls to talk to, my nigga. Like, you lost a runner, you'll be fine. But like this verse is also like more complaining. This time, of course, he had to brag about his sex game. Like, how can you leave me after I had your juices all over my sheets? Like that type of stuff. But one notable way that he talks about sex is by saying, put my chicken in your dip like it's Kentucky. Now you fronting to that nigga like you didn't love it. Now I get what he's saying. She's talking to her new dude like Tory didn't mean anything to her. But this choice of words is so lame. Oh, so I'm nobody important? You wasn't saying that when I had my chicken all in your dip? Like, to any female viewers that's watching this video, are you attracted to Tory Lanez? Well, if you are, there you go. He wants to put his chicken in your dip, so have fun with that. But at the end of the song, Tory has to accept his L on losing this girl, and one of the reasons why is because she actually left him for a dude that has more money than he does, which reverts back to the end of the first part of the song, her, when he said she has no emotion, money is her only motive. I was already treating her good, I was already putting my good chicken in her dip, and after all that, she still left me for somebody else because he had more money. So that's why he's so angry in this song, like, bitches, you dumb? hey man, like, my man's Tory turned into Bobby Brown on this record, and it actually worked for me. I like her / Are You Dumb? Like, it was definitely a nice song to end this video. I'm not even hating on this one. I like this song. So the verdict of Am I Sleeping on Mr. Foot? As y'all can tell by my lack of enthusiasm with like half of these songs, I'm gonna have to say I was sleeping on him a little bit. Now, Tory has not let me down when he was talking about an interesting subject. Songs like Sorry But I Had To and Pieces I thought were great. But what I realized is I do not care for Tory's like street raps type of songs. The ones where he's talking about drugs, smashing girls, having money. Like, that's the side of him I don't like because it sounds very generic to me. The Real Addresses and the Tim Duncans, for example. I'm not saying that Tory didn't grow up in the streets. Like, I'm not saying that he wasn't in the kitchen flicking that wrist. I'm sure he was. But when he makes songs about it, I don't care like, at all. The positives that I will give him is his flow, most definitely. A song like Old Friends, New Foes, even though he can sound like Cap G sometimes, the flow is still nice. And the final thing, this may be obvious for some of y'all, but he is a good singer. He is 100% a good singer. There are times where he drowns his vocals in auto-tune, and I really feel like he doesn't need to do that. But yeah, he got the voice to create the right vibe, especially for the women. Like, a song like Yes Sir would hit. Even Swing. I don't like the song, but a collab with Trey Songz, PNB Rock, and Tory, I'm sure there's hella girls that like it. And then the best song throughout this whole video, in my opinion, was Pieces. Like, please let me know if you got other storytelling songs. So that's my final thing, man. Like, in the end, I think Tory is really cool, and I'm glad he made it out the supposed trenches he was in. But half of the songs in this video definitely made me go, oh yeah, he guilty. He shot her.
Alto, alto, alto.